Welcome to the next installment of Know Your O's, and this is Dan Connolly, the disembodied voice of Dan Connolly, here with Vance Worley on BaltimoreBaseball.com. Vance is a starter and swingman, and has done pretty well for the Orioles so far, and it seems like he's having a good time fitting into this group. So he's known as the Vanimal, and I think we can start with that. Where did the nickname come from? Obviously part of Vance, but where did the nickname come from, and do you like it?
I don't mind it. It's stuck with me since fall of 2005 when I started at Long Beach State freshman year. Workouts were at 6 o'clock in the morning, show up at 5:30, and most of the guys were just kind of going through the motions, and me being 17 years old, being around a bunch of 20-year-old guys, I wanted to get bigger and stronger and better. So I actually went in and had the intent of lifting, and our strength coach started referring to me as the Vanimal, and I didn't know what he was talking about, so I asked, and he said, Vance, animal, Vanimal, you get after it, does that work? And I said, yeah, why not? And it's made its rounds with me.
You hear fans yell it and everything else. Is it kind of the thing that you just kind of have embraced now the last few years?
Yeah, I think 2010, I had it on my glove for the first time, and it got passed around the entire Phillies clubhouse, and the entire team, including Charlie Manuel, started referring to me as the Vanimal. It was never Vance or Worley, it was Vanimal. So I think it's pretty cool that people still refer to me as that, even though they may not know the story.
Now, you grew up in Sacramento. You had a chance to play for the Phillies early on, and then decided, instead of going to the draft, you ended up going to Long Beach. So what was the decision there not to start your professional career at 17?
Multiple reasons, really. I'd never been away from home, pretty sheltered, my whole childhood, and I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to cope with going to the other side of the country. So that's one reason, and again, being 17, I needed some time to mature and grow as a person and as a player. So I chose to go to Long Beach State to learn a little bit more about myself before I entered the draft again.
Now, you're a California guy, but most of your career has been spent on the East Coast, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Here, you did play a little bit in Minnesota, but are you becoming an East Coast guy, or are you still a California guy at heart?
It's hard, growing up out there and coming out here. I think for me the toughest part is probably just not seeing my family and friends. I try to squeeze them in as much as I can when we go out west, and I never get everybody. It's too hard to please everybody and still be able to get what I need to get in before the games. And I think the weather is another big thing I miss. We don't have humidity out there in East Coast. You got the freezing cold weather, you got the real short period of time for spring, and then you got blazing hot summers. So it's an adjustment that you have to make.
Have you had a Baltimore crab cake yet?
I have not.
Will you try one?
In time,
okay.
I'm sure I will. Yeah.
Let's see, if you could pick your favorite dinner, where you could go and what you would order, what would it be?
I've become a big fan of Grimaldi's pizza. Okay. I don't know if you've had it, but it's probably the best pizza you'll ever eat.
And where's that based out of?
It's based out of New York.
Okay.
But they have multiple locations all across the states now. It's just starting to work its way out west, but mostly just the East Coast going down.
Now, one of the things interesting you is your background and your mom's story. Can you give us a little bit about that?
She moved over to California from Hong Kong very young. I want to say she was 2 years old, and moved to Sacramento with her mom and her dad. And basically, the Chinese culture, a lot of us stick together, as you know, or maybe some other people may know. They're very family oriented, and they like to do things as a group. And another side of the family took them in, and was raised out in Sacramento. And recently lost my grandma to breast cancer right before spring training. So both grandma and grandpa are gone now, and it's been pretty tough.
It's tough. And is there anything from from Hong Kong, from the Chinese background that you take? Is there any the culture that you still stick with, or anything that
didn't get a lot passed on to me? I think by the time my mom had gotten married. My dad, a lot of the culture had kind of gone. Great grandma passed away, so there wasn't as much Taiwanese or Mandarin being spoken, so the language never really got passed down at all. And now that my grandma's gone, she doesn't have to speak it at all really anymore. So she forgot a lot of the language anyway, just because she wasn't speaking it as much. But I wouldn't say not a whole lot.
Gotcha. Now, what do you like to do for fun? What is the secret talent of Vance Worley?
Secret talent. I don't know if there's really any secret talents.
Okay. What do you like to enjoy or relax?
Hobbies. I'm a muscle car guy.
Okay.
I got that from my dad. He never let me work on them growing up as a kid. He said to just play baseball, go to school, and hopefully you make enough money you can pay somebody to work on your car if you hurt yourself doing it. But I've learned a little bit over the years just from reading. You know, if I had to make a quick fix to something, I can do it. But I think when I'm done playing ball, I'll probably go back to school and learn, and probably go somewhere in the car industry.
Really? That's really interesting. Did you do you have any? And what cars do you have? Do you have any?
I grew up a Chevy guy.
Okay.
Branched off to be a Mopar guy.
Okay.
I own a Ford, but I still lean towards Chevy and General Motors products.
Gotcha.
Big Camaro fan.
Okay. Do you have Camaro?
I have a 68 Camaro
Really?
and a 69.
What colors?
The 68 is 94 Corvette blue, and my 69 is black.
Cool. Is there anything else about Vance Worley that fans that we should know here?
That I can't wear contacts even if I try.
Really?
Because I know a lot of people ask about that. Just, I don't know if my eyes are too sensitive, but I can't get them in, and I'll continue to wear glasses for as long as I'm playing, and then probably have LASIK once I'm done.
Dan Connolly with Vance Worley and Know Your O's on BaltimoreBaseball.com. Thanks a lot, Vance.
You got it.